Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the shop. It's about 45 degrees out. It's time to get outside. We got down to 20. We're going to change the oil. We're going to use our oil treatment and our oil. There's going to be no set measurement. We're just going to squirt a bunch of this in there. We'll probably put less than an ounce. And then we'll use our favorite oil. So we'll get this drained out and we'll show you about how much we're going to squirt in there. So stay tuned, and I don't know what else we're going to add on this video, but this is one thing we need to get done, so stay tuned. Okay, excuse the garbage that gets stored on the bench. What a work area. Well, that's kind of nasty. It did look clean when I got it, but I did loosen the dipstick and pull it out so it can suck air. And this takes 1.12 or something. It's not a quart and a fourth of a quart. You have to just look it up in your manual. But this was warmed up, so we did warm up the engine so the oil runs out as much as we can get out. We're probably going to let it go till it's just down to a drip. We're not going to wait for every single drop to get out. If it was an old motor, I may actually fill the crankcase with some gasoline, leave it set about a half hour, don't turn it over, and then it'll flush the garbage out of it. But good enough for what we're going to do. And we'll be back when we get ready to put the oil in. We'll show you about how much we're going to squirt the oil treatment in there. We're not going to measure it. We're just going to squirt a bunch in there. Not a big roaring fire. We was out here a few hours earlier and started the stove. This is just some sycamore, they call it, and just old elm tree branches. It wasn't even really cured, that's why it's smoldering. But this time of year, it was just a cheap load of firewood that I got. And I feel like a hobo beside the tracks, because here comes that train. Come on, one more time. There you go. Hey beads, it's a goof off Sunday. Show my little fire poker I made. That's just two pieces of rod. One's bent, the other one's straight. This is an old handle off a really cheap dollar store type garden rake that broke, and I put conduit on it, but that's either welded or brazed in the tube. But it does work good. You can snag along and pull it, you can poke at stuff. I keep it stood up like this when it gets hot. The sun's starting to glare. Keep it kind of stood up like that against the stove, and know not to grab it up here. But that's where it sets. You put it on the floor, you'll trip over it, then you'll be cussing. So, another little nonsense clip in here. I'm running out of stuff for Sunday videos. I need to think up things to have for a little more projects on Sunday. But hang in there. We're back to the oil pretty soon. Okay, we're just going to squirt a bunch in here. Well, maybe we won't. Let it run down. We're making a mess because this stuff is thick. We'll probably do that a couple times. We just want a little bit. Back in my go-kart days, we used STP. If you ever change oil, you'd see it look gray, and like in a car. It was the zinc, because your rod is, your aluminum rod. So it actually coated your rod and made it last longer. That was the trick back in the go-kart days. We can always tip the motor like this, lift up on it, because that's how we're going to put the oil in it with the funnel. We do have this blocked up so it sets kind of level because the table's crooked, but we'll do about 2 or 3 shots like that, just a little bit of oil treatment, just to kind of thicken up, because this will never be run in the winter time, and I still run my garden tractor with this stuff in the winter time with 1030 oil, so the oil being too thick theory just does not work with me. Line starts and it runs, so stay tuned. We're taking too long to do this. Okay, you can see a funnel don't fit too well. We can't do this on our garden tractor, but this is what we're going to do. We're just going to tip the motor up, put some oil in it. We know it's going to take a quart and some more, so we'll put a whole quart in it and we'll check it. So then we'll lower it back down, let it set. I have a funnel made somewhere just to fill these type of engines that has a plastic spout that's curved. I cannot find it, so this is how we're going to do it. If we was on the tractor, we'd have to make another funnel or find the one we lost. So This is getting boring, I know it is, but hang in there. There might be a few tips in there that might help somebody. Okay, we're done with that little chore. It's like halfway up on the stick. If you see at the top of the hole, it's almost too much. I'd say about down here when you kind of see it coming up to the bottom of the hole, because you don't want to really overfill an engine, but you get the idea. Don't really overfill it. So let's off do something else. This was kind of boring, but oh well. Okay, no tripod, it's freehand. We found this at a thrift store for $1, secondhand store. It will fit in my barbecue, but you can't close the lid because of the handle, so it fits down there. We don't know what to do with this. We're gonna have suggestions. I don't really need to make pizza in the barbecue. I can. It'd be kind of touch and go there. I mean, you really can't regulate the heat like you can in an oven, but it's pretty well scratched up. Magnet sticks to it, so I can't honestly tell you if this is stainless or not. Any suggestions what this is made out of? I mean, I've got a magnet up here. It's inside these. These are those neodymium magnets. They're coming, get them at Harbor Freight. They're real small. They come in a little like pill bottle, but still they're that strong. But okay, any ideas what I can do with this thing? I think you can read that. It says $1. I thought about maybe buying 2 big stainless kettles like at a Sam's Club restaurant style, drill a bunch of holes in here and have this like for a fire grate, but it'll probably end up warping, so that idea kind of went out the window. But maybe we'll just slap it on my barbecue and try to cook on it someday. So thought I'd throw that in there. You can see it's well worn. It's really bad. So I'll offer about one more little thing. Hopefully it ain't too boring this week. We might think of something. Okay, just in time for Halloween. I got those ping pong balls a while back to sort of make some floats. Just some model car paint, kind of like a red metallic. Probably like for your taillights or something. But I just took little piece of brass wire or whatever it was, poked a hole in there, put some hot glue on it. Swivel, come back here, swivel for fishing stuff. I figured I might hang it from my mirror or something. You know, you really can't tell what it is till you look at it, so if you had it hanging above you. But just some green paint and a Sharpie marker. Just a little trinket I made. Something you hang for the mirror, kind of like a bloody eyeball. I know it's kind of gory. If you're squeamish, turn away. Okay, that's enough. I've got to think of more things to do on Sunday. So, thanks for watching. See you next week.